What's good, my G's? Your boy Snow, Ignorant Gamers in the house. How you doing? How you living? How you gaming? Of course, you already know G stands for Gamers. It is I, rocking out on the Halo 5 Guardians. I'm going to talk about the campaign. I'm going to talk about the multiplayer. I'm going to talk about the co-op of the campaign. Talk about sound, audio, the feel. Just a quick disclaimer. I'm not the Halo beast. I'm just a Halo fan. You already know I'm the primary PlayStation gamer of this channel. If you're new to the channel, you don't know, well, my name is Snow RZA, Uncle RZA, aka Ramon, or Ramon, aka Uncle RZA. He's the Halo guy. He is the Halo animal or beast. When he gets home to do what he needs to do, because he's out on business trip right now, he will dig in. We will dig in. I was trying to hold out on the content, but it's taking a little bit too long, and I know you guys wanted some people feedback. If you're a Halo animal that's new to us, you might not get what you want here from me. Alright, so let me just talk to you about the campaign first. Campaign, I beat it in one run through, my first run through. I did a little pause for about, I would say, maybe 4 hours total. Of those 4 hours pause, I was on a phone call for about 2 hours, and then I helped my boys in a co-op drop in for about 2 hours, and then I went back and finished the story. For me, I finished the game in about 8 hours, maybe a little less. Um, I felt the pacing was pretty good. I felt the story is pretty good. I like the acting. I like the Guardians aspect versus the blue team. I like, what was the dude named Locke? I like his team and how their weapons and suits had the newer technology versus blue team, which is Halo's original team. You know how his team had like the older stuff. My favorite guy right now inside of the entire Halo 5 game is probably the Warden. If you haven't seen or heard about that dude by now, I really do like that dude. I don't want to spoil it, but what I will say is when you're doing certain things, when it's time for the warden, for you and the warden to meet each other, be careful or keep in mind, not be careful, keep in mind of what you're doing and listen to what he's saying. This shit's hilarious. Um, and I just like the character design of him for some reason. I'm not really sure. So again, the pacing was good. I think the story was very decent. I don't think Halo fans of the campaign will say that this was the best story ever told. I don't think they will say it's the worst story ever told. Me looking at it objectively from outside looking in, I say it's probably a story that's setting up a very, very, very large finale. Because if you guys remember, Halo 4 was supposed to be part of a trilogy. Personally, I think Destiny was supposed to be Halo Universe. I don't want to get too much into that. If you're interested into that, leave a comment below and maybe I'll make a video. And it's a far-fetched video. I don't think anyone's going to agree with me, but it's just my thoughts. I say fan fiction, if you will. But, for the most part, how the game feels in the campaign is exactly how it feels in the multiplayer. So the controls are fine. Nobody has to worry about that. I do feel like if you were in the campaign, for those who weren't playing Halo 4 or who didn't play it enough, I don't think they stressed enough of some of your abilities because you will need them in multiplayer. The other thing too with the campaign was I think it was about 15 missions. The other thing too is that when you're in the flow of the campaign, you just want to get to the next part. You never really know like when you're in and out of a mission other than your achievements when you get them. But that's a good feeling because you don't, as a me being a person that does this marketing wise or behavior wise, you want your people to get immersed to the game no matter what level, whether they're trying to find that moment or that moment of like, okay, I understand what's going on. So that does it. Sound amazing, controls amazing, levels, maps amazing. They had this thing where you do intel and you could do scans. So if you're playing a game and you hit the, I think it's the down button, you scan and it will highlight intel. I don't think it highlights the skulls though, and I haven't had a chance to find any skulls, so I will be playing back through it again just to see what that was about, and I may go back and do the intel. So be on the lookout for that. The other thing too is that you press up to tell your teammates to focus fire or attack on a certain enemy when you're playing the campaign. I thought that was a really nice addition that forces the co-op factor because this is a 4-player co-op game, not just a 2-player game. Um, you can do the full campaign with 4 of your friends, and literally you can drop in and out. It's like almost setting up 4 people to go into a multiplayer match. And if one person drop out, another one of your friends can join your party straight from the Xbox Live party. It's so seamless that I thought, you know how something can be so simple and you just try to complicate it because you're used to everything else complicating it. And that's what was happening. It was so breathtakingly refreshing of how easy and simple that it is. And Halo, that's no surprise to Halo fans, and it shouldn't be no surprise to gamers. But unfortunately, that's the world we live in today, where shit is just complicated for no reason. Now, on to the co-op multiplayer. Like I said, the full campaign is there for 2, for 3, for 4. When you come in, you assume one of the roles or one of the characters of the other 3 people of your main character, if you are the main character. And each round you can switch around. Someone could be Vale, someone could be Tanaka, whoever the hell her name was, and etc., etc. Also, side note to the female gamers, yes, you can be a female, Guardian or Halo person. And they even make some references in there that I had to look at it like, come on, son, don't force your titty down my throat. Like, let's just game. But I love that it's there. It was something where they were talking about like someone being a high-ranking officer, and then someone said, that this could be women too, right? They have women, blah blah blah, and I was just like, yo, I get it. I get it. In fact, I get it so much that one of the badasses that Locke reports to is a female, and I thought that was pretty dope. So I think it's pretty dope. Don't run off that little shit of talking about me shoving the titty down your throat. What I'm saying is, I got that without you having to say it, Captain Obvious. You get what I'm saying? Because the game makes a point of it, and I've been accepted it, so I don't have an issue with that. But maybe it needs to be in there for the fuckfaces that don't recognize what's going on in the world today. So shout out to the female gamers. Halo is for you. Now, there's nothing much more I can say about the co-op other than that. What I will say is it was kind of sad to see that there is no Spartan Ops, which not saying that it won't happen, but let's just say for launch there is no Spartan Ops. Now I'm gonna jump over to the multiplayer. The multiplayer has Arena and Warzones. And as you can see, for the last couple months or so, everyone's been super excited about Halo Warzones. And there's 2 types of Warzones. There's just straight up Warzone. I'm gonna explain that in a minute, but I want to explain the other one first, which is Warzone Assault. And Warzone Assault is like, it's almost like a Rush slash King of the Hill slash Conquest, Rush Conquest type thing from Battlefield. And I'm trying to use those words. I hate to compare, but I'm trying to use those words to help you get an idea of it. And basically, what is this? If you are, let's just say you're the blue team and you're on offense, and the red team is on defense. The defense gets like 3 checkpoints. I believe it was 3 checkpoints, and they start by 1 at a time. And you guys got to try to get in, infiltrate, hold the position down for long enough, and then you move on to the next. And then at the end of that, there is a spire or a core. Your team has a core that you have to protect. And the core opens up and you have to destroy the core. If you play the campaign, you will understand why the core is the core, right? So that's that. That's the Warzone Assault. As of right now, the general consensus is people, they'll play it, but they're not really liking it. People are loving the original Warzone. The original Warzone is chaotic. Like when you get off the plane, you get off your ship, and you enter your building or your home base or whatever, and it's just like enemies from the game in there, and they're just, you just gotta go clear them out. You get points this way. You can get your rec up, REQ up, and it's fun. It's hectic. It's chaotic. It's a nice way to start. It's like a pre-game battle before the game actually starts. But here's the thing. You can't just be, it's fun, but you can't just be fucking around, because the sooner you clear those guys out to your base, there's a certain number for both teams. The sooner you clear that out, the sooner you can go get your next checkpoint. So then there's 3 checkpoints if you see on this map. You see that I'm next to, I believe, the garage. Then there's a West Armory in front of me, but to the left is the East Armory, and those are the three things. Now, if your team, it's like Conquest in a way, but if your team ends up dominating and getting all three checkpoints, the opposite team's core opens, and it doesn't matter what I'm about to say next. Your team could be 457 to 307, it could be 900 to 200. If the 200 team destroys the core in that time given while they occupying all of the checkpoints, then the 200 team will win. So now you're saying, well, what the fuck is the points? Here's this dope thing about the Warzone, which makes Warzones kind of unique or fun to play, is because while we're playing this game, you know, knights may show up, you know, elites may show up, other little things, including the warden. Shout out to the warden. I love the warden. The warden may show up, and sometimes it's two of them who are high value targets. So two knights may show up and they might be 25 points apiece. But then a warden show up and he's like $150, and y'all all got to go do that. Like because if the game maxes out, I mean, these games could go for 20, 25 minutes. It don't really feel that long sometimes. These matches can go for 25 minutes. So if you're fighting over these 10 points and these checkpoints, you may need these 25-point enemies, focus fires, to help win this road, to help win this game. But then if that 150 show up, yo, you gotta go get them. And they're not always on ground. Sometimes, sometimes they in a Wraith, sometimes they in a Banshee. I don't think they're in a Ghost, but come on, a monster and a Wraith. Oh, your target is in a Wraith or your target is in a Banshee. Like, that's fucking crazy. And then again, the warden. The warden. You don't want no problems with the warden. I mean, I guess if you're all focus fire, you know, that is too. But the funny thing about, like, you know, when the Prometheans incoming and stuff like that, everyone's paying attention. You can hear the map, like, kind of the fire dies down, and you start seeing people running out of nowhere, like roaches when the fucking lights come on. Like, yo, where the fuck were y'all at? And just everybody just running. And the funny thing is, right, like sometimes if it happens, like right now, this warden was on the blue team side based on map control, and we would normally just let them weaken the enemy down, and then we try to steal the kill at the last second. You know what I'm saying? So that way we get the points. And right now, that's the knight. He's worth 150, and he comes with other enemies with him to keep your ass, you know, give him some distance. He ain't coming alone. So I felt that was fun. Now, Warzones can be up to 12 teammates. I think it's 24 player battles. It might be more, I'm not sure, but I know you can have 12 people in your party. That's for sure, right? Yes, it's 8 to an Xbox Live party, but you can have 12 to a party going into these war zones. What's super dope about this is, the multiplayer in this game is, you can now hold the select button, which I call the select button, like if you're trying to check your score, like your kills or whatever, and you press the B button, I believe, and you can switch to in-game chat. So yeah, you can have 8 people in your party and y'all want to communicate with the rest of the team really quickly, really simply, really easily, without having to go into the Xbox menu. You can do it from the fucking game. I can't tell you, as a person that plays online gaming, especially for PlayStation, that I love being in-game chat. I hate being in party chat. And in PlayStation, we're starting to become more like Xbox gamers, and I don't like that in terms of chat, because it's an anti-social thing. Like, you meeting new guys based off of other guys instead of meeting people, new gamers based off of other gamers, which is cool, but you're still alienating people who are trying to communicate, who may not have friends but want to play this game with other people who have mics. So Halo makes that easier for a person like me that can switch back and forth. I fucking love that, and it's something that Halo, you know, could possibly change the market and change the game, as they've done so much of improvement and refinement of the things that makes online gaming what it is, or gaming in general to this day is what it is, right? So sorry I ranted about that for a little bit, but that's a real gamer thing. I thought gamers would want to know that kind of shit. So the rec system thing is kind of annoying, but it's dope, and I respect it for the game that it is. I also look at it as a quick way for these games to make some extra money, and I'm okay with that if DLC is going to be free. for this particular thing because you get packs. And it seems like a lot of games are following another model of free-to-play games. Free-to-play games are infamous for doing packs and stuff, and it's here in the rec system. Now, rec system does not count when you're playing arena mode. So I'll talk about arena mode in a second. I'm leaving that last because it's the most obvious, right? So when you got the rec system, the rec packs is like gold, your browns or whatever, and in here it can open up your battle rifles and all this other shit, certain overshields and all that kind of stuff that you come to know in Halo 4. Vehicles as well. As you can see that there's no vehicles on the map. We had to spawn those vehicles. Kind of like if you think about Homefront, when you earn certain points, you would spawn vehicles. So when you're Rex, if you see that little green thing that I just walked past, those are like ATMs. So there's two ways to open your rec system. If you're mid game, you can always just go to one of those kind of ATM type things and do what you gotta do there. Or when you die, you can check it out. And there's levels to this shit. You could be a level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, all in game. It's based on the progress that you're having during the game. And level 3, as you can see, I'm a 6 here. On level 3, I'm able to equip my battle rifle in place of my pistol and have my assault rifle going on. And as you play, you earn more guns through the rec system or through the packs that you can add to your arsenal. With vehicles, the same type of shit happens too. You may not be able to call out a Banshee until you get to like level 6 or 5 or some silly shit like that. Same thing with a tank. Luckily too, they have this thing where you can, as you look on the screen right now, you can see we can go destroy their core because we got all the checkpoints. But anyway, with the rec system is just a different, interesting way of mixing up the gameplay and having everybody, I guess, control weapon spawns and vehicle spawns and overshields and stuff like that. So it's still something I'm mixy about. I don't want to discredit the game for it because I was really annoyed by it the first day. More and more that I played into the second day, I was feeling a lot better about it, and will respect it for just being what this game is. And maybe this is the trial before the big boy, right? So the jury's still out. You may hear another person's video whose stuff will be very valid. They will be very valid of their opinion on what they feel about the rec system and these things. I do look at it as some source of income because they stuff the bundle in your face at all times. I didn't buy it because I felt like it was all stuff that I could earn by playing the game, and I also feel like if it's not giving me, If it's not giving me, like, if it's not like a season pass type thing, I don't care. For you guys who bought the Ultimate or Deluxe Edition, you got these animated series. So if you're a fan, if you're an uber fan, super fan, you almost don't have a choice. Now arena mode is arena mode, 4 versus 4, team slayer, free for all. It is exactly what it is. There is no rec stuff. What you know about competitive Halo is there. I like the maps. We played that in the Halo 5 beta damn near a year ago. Shit, was it a year ago? I don't even remember, but that is exactly what it is. That is going to be your core experience. In a way, Halo 4 kind of spoiled me with a lot of things that we were doing in there. And I thought Halo 4 was doing a great job of giving me variety, but at the same time, maybe they're just holding it out right now and it will come through. It's kind of hard to tell right now because, the Halo game menus is so simple as well that I just don't really, I can see how they can plug in this content later, but I'm not really sure if they're going to do it. You get what I'm saying? But arena mode for the hardcore Halo dudes that, you run as a team, assists matters just as much as kills. You guard those weapons, control the sections of a map. Like, if that's part of the Halo experience that I'm describing for the hardcore, you will get that. That is here. And I think you guys will have a great time. So overall, I like the package. I like what I've been playing. I need to play some more. I am enjoying the game. This probably could be more of a review than impressions, but I need to let the game feather on me some more. So you can accept it as either way. I just wanted to make sure that you guys get it. Sorry for the lack of content. Sometimes I like to pull back so I can enjoy these games just like you guys do. Alright, so your boy Snow, Ignorant Gamers, and I'm out. Peace.